Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Seduce Me Too. I hope you Sam lovers enjoyed last episode, but now that I'm recovered from awkwardness, I'm so glad I have no FaceTime because, well not FaceTime, what the face cam, because I would just be feeling super awkward. Anyway, we're here in the demon world. What? Before I could figure out what he meant, I felt an immense pain in my chest as something ripped through my back and stabbed through me. Sam turned towards me, horrified at what he saw, and I looked down to see a blade sticking out of my sternum. I couldn't even emit a whimper of pain as endless agony surged through my body, wrecking my nerves and distorting my vision. I could barely make out Sam arching back to scream at the sky, large flame-like wings erupting from his back. However, I felt my body give into the pain and my vision turned black. I felt waves of agony crash into my body over and over as I remained on the edge of death. When I was finally able to open my eyes, I could barely make out Sam kneeling over me, resting my head on his knees as tears ran down his face.
No. This can't be happening. No.
Oh, the voice acting sounds so sad. From the look on his face, I really was dying. How could this be? Why was this happening? His hands quaked in disbelief as he ran one along my cheek and used the other to hold my shoulders. I stared up at him, gasping for air as blood seeped over my skin. I was dying. I felt it. I knew it. That's creepy. If you have a dream that you're dying, you can feel it. Ew. Sam wept but continued to stare down at me, trying to keep me awake and alive with his touch. However, I felt that I wasn't going to last much longer, and winced at the pain and reached an arm up to Sam, touching his cheek. Sam shook his head violently, not wanting me to use energy to speak. I grimaced at the pain, but Sam continued to cry. My heart whimpered at the sight of his tears falling down his cheeks.
Please, no. I love you. Please stay with me. No.
Oh my gosh! That sounds so sad. Sam. This is sad. But I love you too, Sam. I'm going away now. I wanted to wake up, but I didn't have the strength to fight this illusion. I became lost in the pain that was pinning my body down and draining me of my life.
I can't lose you! Please! Please. I love you.
Oh my gosh! My chest wouldn't allow me to breathe in anymore. All I could do was exhale my last breath and close my eyes.
No!
This is really sad. Okay, that was a quick cut to the... Okay. At a scream, I finally awoke, sitting up in my bed and finally being able to fully breathe again. I panted, feeling the need for fresh air to circulate through my lungs and chest. I ran my hand over my chest, feeling no marks and knowing that I was indeed alive and awake. But what of Sam? I looked to the side and seeing him still sound asleep, lost in his dream, which seemed to be peaceful just from looking at his face. I let out a quiet sigh, closing my eyes and looking to the ceiling. It was just a dream, nothing more. It was merely a nightmare. I experienced them all the time. The more I thought of it, the more I could sense the fantasy of it. I was okay. We were okay. I ran a hand through my hair before lying back down, knowing that I would find solace in Sam's arms. As if by instinct, Sam wrapped both of his strong arms around my form, and I cuddled against his chest. We were fine. We were going to be fine. At last the wedding day arrived. We had prepared all that we could and everything was in order. Sam wanted to follow human tradition and not see the bride before the wedding. Headed to the venue to change into his tux. I, however, was alone. I didn't ask Naomi or Suzu to help, and I honestly didn't want them to. I needed to be alone before my wedding. So I got dressed and made myself into the perfect bride all on my own in my own mansion. I stared at myself, seeing exactly what I wanted to see in the reflection. I looked exactly how I wanted to look on my wedding day. I smiled, unable to shake the feeling of happiness from my body. I'm getting married. I let out a sigh as relief washed over my nervous mind. Everything was going to be fine. As I heard a car honking outside, I felt nervousness creep in once again. I shook my head. I needed to relax. I grabbed the things I needed and rushed out, entering a white limousine. It was set to bring me to the venue, but I stopped the driver before he began to drive off. Can we stop somewhere first? The driver agreed and I guided him towards the cemetery my grandfather was buried at. It had been 2 years since he passed away. My personal visits to his grave has become fewer as time went on, but I had never stopped going. Today, though, was an incredibly happy day. I was so full of emotion, I couldn't help but visit his gravestone. After all, I was about to marry a demon. I was about to marry the man of my dreams, and I wanted to stop there before going to the wedding venue to talk to my grandfather. I'm pretty sure I looked odd in the cemetery wearing a wedding dress. However, I really didn't mind. I needed to come regardless. I stood by the grave, staring down at it with a smile. I'm getting married today, Grandpa. The wind gently danced around me as if grandfather ushered it to reply. My smile grew brighter and I let out a sigh. I couldn't lie. I wanted my grandfather to be at my wedding, but I couldn't go back in time. Even if I was able to, how could I have stopped him from dying? I shook my head. I didn't want to think about that. Not on the day of my wedding. I hope you'll be there in spirit, Grandpa. I'm sure you'll... Before I could continue my sentence, the sky suddenly became dark, causing me to look up. Rain began to fall and patter against the stone and grass as a haunting bell began to chime. What boggled my mind was the fact that the rain was avoiding my body. It was like I was in a safe circle, underneath an invisible umbrella that the rain couldn't soak me or my dress. Was this grandfather's doing? Why was it raining all of a sudden? The rain became heavy and I didn't dare move from my spot. Afraid of what would happen, I looked at his grave, confused and concerned. My eyes locked onto the engraved stone. This wasn't a natural storm. Magic was at work here. My heart gave a quick squeeze in reply to my conclusion, but the word magic reverberated in my mind. Magic. I looked down and lifted my hands, scanned over my gloved palms. My fingers began to tingle, almost as if a single word had unlocked something. Magic. I gently pinched the edge of the glove on my hand with 2 fingers and slid it off, revealing my bare skin. Nothing had changed, but I could feel that something was different. I could faintly feel energy zipping through the nerves under my skin, dancing in excitement at the word magic. I wonder. I knew Diana had taken away my energy and my magic before she left, but what if I still had some left? I raised my hands to the sky and focused on the back of my mind. I didn't know what I was doing, but I had to do something. My mind quickly formed a word in my mind. I didn't know where it came from, but I let it fly from my lips as a soft whisper. Casino? As soon as the sound of that word rose into the air, the rain around me suddenly froze as if time had stopped. The wind was still slightly blowing, but the rain had stopped. I slowly lowered my hand and looked around. Did I really do this? Before I could move again, the raindrops and the stormy clouds above began to fade away, returning to the sunny weather I had before. I looked around and noticed that the grass and the gravestone were all dry, as if the rain hadn't even fallen in the first place. That was...
I knew it! I knew it! That girl has demon magic!
I don't know how many times I've heard this, but you know.
Then quit talking and let's take her!
Which is why I don't understand why I can't skip.
The demon lord will be so pleased.
Who? Before I could turn to search for the voices, I felt hands grab hold of my feet, and I looked down and lifted my dress. The two pairs of evil-looking hands had taken hold of my ankles, reaching through a dark red and purple pentagram. I shrieked, trying to pull my legs away, but couldn't stop them as they swiftly pulled me into the ground. I was pulled deeper into the darkness. I was no longer in my room. We weren't in the room to begin with. I was being dragged through a dark void, one that I couldn't escape. Alright, we already read this, so... Oh, we can skip now. We're gonna cry, because natural reaction is to crying. We're gonna ask if Diana's okay. Are you okay? We're gonna explore. I feel like I always pick... Here, let's go left. And left. Oh, yay, we found Diana's room. I picked in to see Diana and the guard that was with her before in an intense sword fight. Now that I could take a closer look, the man was extremely handsome and looked human. Yeah, I could sense that he was very much a demon just from his presence alone. The man had the upper hand, but was easy to tell that he was holding back, slightly by letting Diana swing her sword again and again at him before attacking her and forcing her to defend. The look on Diana's face showed pure concentration, almost anger as her sword clashed with his. I had never seen Diana this intense before, so to see stress and determination written across her expression was a surprise. Why was she fighting with a sword, though? She had demon magic.
You're holding back! Enough!
Diana jumped back from the man, bringing her sword to her side, as the man did the same in perfect sync. She growled before tossing the weapon to him, and he caught it by the hilt with ease.
I told you not to hold back. Didn't you hear me?
The man stared at Diana before gently bringing the swords together and making them vanish through soft black mist. He began to walk towards her as she turned around and crossed her arms.
You can't treat me as if you are training a child, Sero. I need to be ready for whatever the Demon Lord throws my way, and you holding back is only a hindrance to me.
I apologize, my lady.
Empty words.
It clicked. They were training. This man was her trainer and she was being treated like a novice. Novice? Why? Also, he did apologize. Why was she being so harsh about it? Maybe it was a mistake. Diana let out a sigh and walked to the balcony of the room, laying her hands on the railing and leaning over her arms.
As each day goes by, my kingdom, my army, and I are constantly at risk. If I cannot defend myself when my energy runs out, then how will I defend this kingdom?
I feel like I've already read this
You
before.
will be victorious.
I will be slaughtered because of your inability to train me properly.
You know why I cannot, and yet you still demand it of me. I cannot bring myself to even potentially harm you.
And that will lead to my death.
What? What was Seto talking about? Why couldn't he train her properly? Why was she so peeved about it? Couldn't she just get another trainer?
You will not die, my lady. I promise you that.
That's so cute.
I cannot trust anyone who says that to me.
But you know that it's true. I will repeat my promise over and over to you until you accept it.
Oh,
That promise comes out of a lie.
no. I watched as Seto walked over to Diana and gently wrapped his arms around her from behind. She didn't resist, but she didn't lean into an embrace either.
My love for you is not a lie, Azair.
You do not have permission to use my name.
You are avoiding the subject. My feelings for you are real.
I think we already read this.
Your feelings are false.
They're not.
They are as pure and true as your golden heart.
No. I could not believe what I was seeing. Diana had an admirer? When did this become a thing? Who even was this guy to her? Why was she so against him and his love?
You will defeat the Demon Lord and bring freedom to the Abyssal Plains. You will rise and become the land's new queen and sovereign, and I will stand beside you forevermore because I love you.
No.
Deny my love all you may. I have served you and your family my entire life. I could never lie or hurt you. If you truly cannot love me back, then I will remain as your humble protector and servant till the end of my days.
That's so cute. That shows his determination for their love.
You waste your life on me.
Of course he will.
It is not a waste to serve and protect the woman I love with my life.
You waste your love on me.
It's not a waste to love such a wonderful woman.
I didn't know what to make of this. Seto really seemed dedicated to Diana, yet she was putting up some sort of emotional wall between them that he couldn't break through. It was so sad to watch. Yet from the posture Diana held, I could tell that she felt her actions were justified. Maybe she was just trying to protect him from her. Maybe she didn't want to hurt him. I had seen firsthand what she could do if you had something she needed. This must be how she acted when something needed her. Diana gently sighed. To my surprise, Diana turned her body slightly to settle in his arms and ran her hand over Seto's chest, making his uniform top vanish into purple mist and leaving his chest bare. What was Diana doing? I don't know. They're kissing though. Maybe I haven't read this and it just sounds so
I need
familiar.
energy.
From me, or do you wish me to?
Just give me your energy. I have no time to wait for you to get me a sweet flower.
Honestly, guys, I don't remember. My brain. So, sorry, I was gonna say sorry nodded. Seto nodded before gently turning Diana fully to him in his arms and kissing her. For some reason, it may have looked like a normal kiss, but I could feel the love and passion that ran through it. It was almost magical to watch. One thing for certain, however, he really did love her. The way he held her, painted his feelings like a picture, so openly gentle and loving. Did she love him though? She simply had one hand holding one of his arms while another rested against Seto's back. Diana's feelings were an enigma. I quickly took that moment to leave, not wanting to disturb them and not wanting to see their moment go any farther than that kiss, because that would be mad awkward. We're gonna refuse it, because Diana's gonna be coming anyway. Yes, this is when they all...
Whoa! Are you okay? Ah! I gotcha! It's okay!
This is so sad, because, like, we were just with these guys, and now we see their wifeys.
Eric!
Love, I've got you!
James!
Whoa! Are you alright?
I stared wide-eyed. Their wives came too. I watched as the boys and the girls finally planted themselves on the ground before looking around. As Sam spotted me, however, his eyes widened in both surprise and anger. His gaze pinned itself to Diana, who still stood protectively in front of me, and his eyes instantly became painted over in an almost harsh gold color.
You're fucking dead!
No. Excuse me. Within a blink, Sam and Diana vanished and reappeared against the wall behind me. As I turned to see what was happening, gasped at the sight. Sam was pinning Diana to the stone wall, crushing her neck and holding her high enough that her feet was dangling above the floor. For some reason, I assumed Diana was quite tall.
I warned you, bitch! I will tear you to shreds!
Wait, Sam, calm down, bro. Before I could move, however, the guard jabbed the blunt end of the spear into one of Sam's knees, causing Sam to release Diana and buckle to his knees.
You mangy dog!
The guard quickly twirled his spear around and thrust it forward to skewer Sam, but missed as Sam fell back and laid himself across the ground, glaring up at his attacker. Filled with an almost terrifying rage, the guard stepped forward and went for another stab at Sam. Fortunately, Sam pushed the weapon away from him and directed it to the side, causing the blade to clang against the ground. The guard quickly pulled back and thrust his spear forward again, but hit the floor again as Sam turned his body to the side. However, the guard wouldn't let Sam get up as he quickly continued to pull back and thrust his spear forward at Sam over and over, practically trapping him against the ground. I wanted to step in, but was too afraid of the blinding speech at which the guard was jamming his spear at Sam. I didn't want to provoke him to stab me in a blind adrenaline rush. I looked at Diana, seeing her coughing and holding her neck while gasping for air. Her hand was glowing a soft purple tint, as if she was healing her neck from Sam's attack. However, everyone else, however, had backed up away from the fighting pair, not wanting to become collateral damage from either of their attacks. As Sam sat up, the guard retaliated with a lightning-fast response and kicked Sam back down, slamming the bottom of his foot into Sam's face to do so. However, before the guard could slam his spear down on his target, Sam rolled out of the way and got up on his hands in a spinning handstorm. I had never seen him fight like this, even with Malix, but Sam was still undoubtedly trained in combat, even when he didn't have the upper hand. Sam flipped onto his feet and faced off against the guard in a martial arts defense stance, before a sudden barrage of spears thrust forward Sam to duck, lean, and dodge away from the guard. Unrelenting, the guard thrust his spear as fast as a machine gun shots towards Sam, no longer looking to aim precisely, but hoping to land at least once. At one particular hard thrust, the guard leaned his body into the attack, but only managed to miss Sam by mere centimeters, as Sam tilted to the side and let the spear cross over his chest without making contact. I looked at Diana, hoping that she would call off her guard, but she continued to stare at the floor, recuperating from Sam's attack. Stop Sam, or don't get involved. Stop Sam. I had to stop this from becoming worse, because Diana's obviously out of it. I stepped forward, entirely getting between the two fighters, and shouted to get both of their attentions. Stop it! You bunch of baloney brains! Like, what are you guys doing? Sam looked at me, suddenly obeying my voice as it rang through the room. The guard, however, leaned back for a second attack, uncaring of my command. Before the guard could follow through with his attack, a large snap echoed through the air, forcing everyone in the room, including me and Sam, to look over and see Diana glaring at her guard.
Enough!
Diana slowly straightened and pointed at the space beside her, assuring the guard to quickly run over to where she had indicated and turn back to face the rest of us. Sam looked to me with eyes full of bloodlust, begging me silently to continue the fight. I glared back, trying to break through his rage to get him to calm down. He relented and gritted his teeth before nodding and looking over to Diana and her guard. This is where we're gonna stop. Because this is really intense compared to the other two boys. Which, I mean, it is like a fresher breath of air to see the aggressiveness. Hopefully, they both realize that everything's wrong. The message is wrong here. And don't kill each other. But thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.